to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Caught outright by Renfro. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Throwing is Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now Jackson. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, Christian McCaffrey is as tough to bring down as they come at the running back position, and he proved it right there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
11, Thomas.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
11 MT.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
11 mighty.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now Joe Mixon, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Can. Stop.
You don't want it. Hey, check back, check back.
12.
Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Back six. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
11 MT.
SOS. Mike 6.
Here's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
51, Mike 51. All day, dog.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
51 to Mike, boys. 51.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
11.
Mike 51.
An option handoff here to Mixon. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bengals on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the... Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talent, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, to give to Mixon. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Burrow now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Casey Hayward running down. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jackson. Flushed out right. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. James has got it. Complete. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
They go play action with Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down.
Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Again, it's Burrow. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. To throw again on second down. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. So the completion gets him just a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 14. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. They find some open field here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. A little juke. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go. Can. Stop. We own them. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Switch. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10.
Makes the score. Bengals 13, Ravens 10.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. is Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Casey Hayward with his sack on the well-timed corner blitz.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
On third down, Jackson. Under pressure, they got him again.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play. Holding them to no gain.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Play action. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patterson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mixon with a first down carry.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
11.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow keeping it himself from 10 yards away. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. The open man here, Renfro. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Jackson on first down. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Powers through it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And fights through one man. Mixon with a first down and more. How did he stay on his feet? 20! And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?"
And I think the ball's out. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They go play action with Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Jackson now. And he fires one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Play action. Now Jackson. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Now Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Oh, that's true. You've said that before. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus.